Yasaba adwene nko ara nyansa nko legendary Akwesi Ampofo J Sauti New Media lecture say all our life you media no yasedru ho enle yetwa so na watwe etwa mu no now, could there be an undisputed, uniform reference of God among all men? Next essay. And you be a said not only a case, oh, Yango Pony, woman potent, woman present, and woman chance no. Next essay, omini dia. Oh yes, I say oh yeah, undisputed. I will say a uniform among all men. Then be a reference be a. Yeah, the baby now say we this our God no. I who God no that one who God that. Sa God na ka wo hu da. As wo hu da dey be catch there. Name mom ye per reference of God. A uniform undisputed. Says another will be any hoochima. I will be any hoochima. And a part two. Now sometimes the young can crew understanding the question so is part of the solution. IDSC undisputed uniform among all men. Once walk of our reference be a woody ginas waka wasem. Any uniform. And yet undisputed among all men. And you know what China with you. Open my sibra now, would you do a seminar? And you'll be an edutum. And so they back us. There's a question one tells young Gazamuana. Anyway, Yaba to us. Ain't Bramian can commodian on Shasso 0208 144 8180. And as I bear for Skype on App 24 Radio. So United States are and as a Canada and Temu Hondia. And year 315 636 4063 315 636 4063. Any link na de bia ye de adwuma na de adwuma dia safa no asaye adwuma na bra me challenge thinking why adwene na anya adwuma am se body ne bre enti bra me challenge thinking ne kakra yo yenkwa ahoma ne so na yen hyase ewo Daniel eso owi ana ne sika aba Daniel
aba
na impom etisei
ko bibia da fom boko
get
Sunday ni na ye de bia ya na me twen se Sunday ni beba and na me hear research be about Yahweh.
Okay.
Yeah, me started I think say Tuesday no na me twen se Sunday beba da bay Sunday beba da bay
ene ka ho asem kakra che research better na ye de na hu ye
me na mo na me research about Yahweh that because say say Yahweh kra ne yire ne your friend Asharaf Ashara the goddess of Israel na Yahweh yire no
na ni pa kra ono ye sa research no wo we de na se ana
I'm hey, nyame we na Christopher enya bi da mo so no.
Aso.
Hi Christopher pa.
Na ai Daniel, de na ma oji tum say sa research ya ogu hu say Yahweh no owo ire na de na ma oji tum say no kure.
Yeah, ma me hu ye ni say, o say the ohwe history ahụ ọmụwọ yɛwɔ myths bia na ɔbra friends ekuo bia ɛwɔ so ukɔ ebia ukɔ sremu ukɔ frafrafoɔ hɔ a ɔmụwɔ myths bia ukɔ kanjaga ne wala ne ɔmụwɔ myths uba chi nso a yɛwɔ asantememu friends ekoku anansi story bi ne aka ne dia I said, "You may already started programming." So I said, "Nina, that kind of Israel, so I'm not no one be now me research them because who say El bo we are see no El any friends Elohim sa friends and I mean for no bo we are see no omo stayed back, okay, and now omo became Sanka Parliament, Omono became the president, and the ministers, were Yahweh, any Baal, any Asharaf, those kind of opposition, Yahweh later on became the overall prime minister. So what you say? Until no. Being the boss and the man that woman called Asharaf.
Let's say okay, let's say Yahweh na o utua bema say udi utua bema nyesa.
Only the male god and the goddess Asharaf.
No goddess. And so
on say say uko Egypt say about say more gods na more goddess. What you say? Normally be hard God in there and normally be also goddess in there. Sa no ma we mu nyina na e Israel. Roman Empire da Roma. Omo be dada ya nuanum penifo obi agiedi. Me trust ya miss. So why are they na manfo who this thing? Why are people not seeing this? But uko Israel now be someone almost say why why Africans are so deep into this thing. It's clear. The evidence is clear to know that they were myths, they were allegories, they were folktales, they were no maybe true. It didn't happen physically, but they are called the second level because it's making money for some group of people.
Okay. All right. Someone said, what let's say, and some of the myth, it's allegories, right? And maybe another time, you know, what can we make out of the allegories in the Bible? On say, kwa nansi, me nim se kwa nansi oba yo anase wa ma nemum anase sem ni bi ho no a yete a na yede ya de be yesua bibi ewum kama te se nyuma
moral lessons
enwuma ye bo ye ye betimi abɔ ho nkomo kama meboa ye betimi abɔ ho nkomo kama enti no another time no ye ba na ya bebo what to make out of the allegories in the Bible ye ba bebo sa nkomo na kama na de ye part 2 no na me ka say on say question here, could there be a uniform undisputed reference of God among all men? Na say ohwe question na say wo pese odi bibi ejina so yi question na no a say untimi nkofa de bi a disputed because the question is talking about a uniform undisputed. Enti say wo kofa bibi a disputed ana bibi a enye uniform wa unless you say you have something to back what is being disputed now to make sure say what double check here who say yes there be a uniform there and you're fine, but if somebody be a disputed e be ya no then you be na a question now we are no there.
Well, for me said I'm kind of last week because so can say be undisputed and I said, "Bibia, you never get too much. We can, sadly, we should be able to fact check it. What you say? I say, you evidence and yet believe. Say at the end, whoever ending but we must be able to fact check it. Say it's real. It's realistic. So at the end, say yes, the evidence in it. But so far, so good, no. Scholars and archaeologists and all these people, the scientists have double-checked this thing. Say it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The only existence it needs, say, you need to believe it. And no. Believe it, even though you don't see it, just believe it with faith. And faith is anything you are believing without any reasonable meaning of any faith. What you say? If you are believing in something that is not reasonable, put in faith, and it will squarely be okay for you. So at the end, they will fact check you. There's no way. The Second Corinthians, we'll be hearing Second Corinthians on this platform. Nobody is telling us anything. Where is it? Where can I find it? And where is the power? Where is the omnipotent? The omni? Where is it? I don't see it. It doesn't exist. It only exists in the only reference is the book, which was written with paper and ink. That's the but for me, you can't do anything with it. Just hope. Hope to say I didn't exist. But and then let me take gospel songs to be. Sometimes I feel like going knowing where these people who sang these songs now knocking on their door to go to sit down with them and word by word and some of them kind of gospel songs in them. I could discuss it with them. We hear that kind of opportunity. I mean, now just see where is power now? Where is it? Where do I apply it and where do I seek it? It doesn't.
Okay.
And West, me trust here and me take gospel songs, the way they sing and the words they are using and have you seen anybody? No. I say, oh boy, yes, said the social. So boy, I said the social. And so you can say, yeah, many you should be able to see the Nippon or bone. I saw boys and the social. A goat give birth to a goat. A cow give birth to the sessile. A pig give birth to the sessile. A donkey give birth to the sessile. Human beings give birth to the sessile. God who created the sessile, where is he? We did it 3 times a day. And also we did events every week or every month. Where is that God? It doesn't exist. Jew for Ikra. How? This sort of preaches Nyankopon you almost say special people. You agree? Say Nyankopon you be say only special when you so we special. O sound someone no. No. Ono you be opo ye nyina pe no. We yi aka kire say we di o special. Who nya special but still I sound some no. And you agree say you can say and I some
Okay.
so
You.
so anka o catch them say me so me special and anka me so me I'm not special so me so me go to them, go to Israel, go and deal with them. Me yeah my uncle Bible mu first Leviticus 21:18. Black people Nyankopon say yen black people we shouldn't step foot in the church. Ya honte na or describe nipa omohonte anya some ba sorry them. And we black people were amount nipa anya say yakwa sorry them. We the omo preaching sorry them. Leviticus 21:18 can we the can here. King James version Dr. so
Unyamai obaba ministry. Why?
Hi. Leviticus 21:18. It describes people are almost fit to come to church. And you want me to go to church? No way. I'm protesting. We do have whether you meet me, I will tell you my mind. Hey, say I'm who yeah. Say I'm a book now. Book be a crowd. No, there's nothing there to even ask me any question. So I really even waste my time answering the question. This thing is all fallacies in the book. If you are doing critical analysis of issues, you cannot be a Christian. I swear, you can't Genesis, but you should stop going to church. If you are doing critical analysis of Genesis and Exodus, you shouldn't be somebody going to church.
Okay, all right, Nadia. So now we are on a journey to find that uniform and undisputed reference of God. Now, no, Sadia Usi Chirimuno. It's never going to be possible for us to have a uniform and undisputed reference of God. That's okay. All right. Who say
that question is been even it's been sorted long time ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Every new day, no, it comes with new knowledge. As we carry on, we may discover something new. So, so maybe they may have also discovered something new. Why?
All right.
Yanko Nanesika so we are Linford and Swaba near Conoho. Nanesika, boom.
Papa Boko, Papa Pacho, my Linford.
Me Linford and go. Okay, all right then. Hey, you Linford, any Yama priority. It's any to where near got Linford. Or Dati Lamte. Now, we are related to Odati Lamtana.
I mean, you know, I'm back as a football out. Me worry you.
Oh, there we say, me say, who's all related to him now.
Oh, there you.
When they say,
what's all called Lamte there? It's the family house.
I see. Oh, I hope say. The tone and to what that Lampton. Why? Yeah, I'm winning now. Why? Yo, young Walker, Minia.
Okay.
Now,
so that question, yeah, can't say uniformity, uniformity. No, you bet me at debating who sa. But Nyamine say, my maker say. You bet me uniform. Then so yent me uniform. It's like depending on where you stand and where you're coming from. Maybe at a point in time, no uniform, no understand of God, no bebwa. At a point in time, depending on your level, no, you don't need any uniformity to understand God. But me person, like I like just to start from like a uniform point, like maybe if you start from a uniform point and you get to a point where say you don't need any uniformity, then you are higher, you have grown. That place is better. Congratulations, those are all things. And say, to say, we always need a starting point. We always need a starting point. But mistake I hear and say starting point not it more a starting point and say their destination. That is all that there is. And say open something here. Last make there are certain principles, certain things that you can start with. Then at a point in time, the Spirit of God, in Isaiah say, and they shall be taught by the Spirit of God. Then from there, you will be taught by the Spirit of God. On say, start to say, yeah, papa kakra. On say, nah, why I start to say, baby, your mouth say, then you get the opportunity to do it more. Your small way now, on say, can maybe say, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. If you don't start at all, it can be very dangerous. Into your starting point, like theory. On say, people. People grew and then they dismantled the theory that they learned from. Some professors, they were taught a certain theory. They learned the theory so much that they were able to dismantle the theory. And that's where I believe uniformity should come in. And so when I talk about uniformity, I'm talking about, if you're talking about God, you should have a virtue. What is God without a virtue? Then he said, God, or ye be now can't say, na obia owo odo betin aye say God say go and kill the Amalekites. Nyankopon owo adon obetimi amaka say go kon obi Nyankopon o say obo ye nyina na odo nyina obetimi abobonsam. You see, you have a starting point. It's a uniformity. You begin to have some kind of virtues. Say na okra virtue bia na udi wo kru nipa kra say na wo ti odo ase na say say Nyankopon wa. One thing is this, one principle is that, and there or draw me one or no or was saying or 1 million times tell me the and not me kind of about saying coupon, not me say, coupon, say, na almost na a kick the inquiry spirit, the inquisitive, the curiosity to know. And life is says if you have that curiosity, you'll be pinpointed to places to get to know people and everything. People will start working in, but you need to show the passion. For me, the passion, the zeal, and everything. So if you have a starting point, start the point and start questioning. But there can be uniformity because if you look at all the gods, then you say, all these gods, this person is behaving better than this god. You see, you are using a criteria. We are human, so we know we are using them. We use some things. Even numbers do not have end. There is no end to number. You can start from 1 to 3. You can go a million. They can still count. Numbers do not end. So if there is God, that gives you an example of eternity. My eternity is numbers. When I look at numbering, you can number and buy 20,000 books. You can keep numbering. You can keep numbering and numbering. You will never get to an end because numbers don't end. So if this number is telling me some attribute, then I can say, then there is a God. This God is eternal. Eternal means that it is within time, space, and circumstance, beyond me. And so I begin to judge the thing because I can see evidence. I can see evidence of certain things. And so since I do not know the end, the last number in the world, I don't know the last number, then maybe there's something I do not know. So I open myself and say, I am a learner. I'm a learner. So maybe if I get some consistency, that will move in from 1.1 to 0.2 to 0.3, and that's where the uniformity comes in. But the thing is that uniformity, and yet to the end, Ubedu baby won't say, you see, over class one, you use book bina ya really blue lines so that you can write straight.
That's
you
right.
Can write straight. Today I'm in the university. I don't need the blue lines to write. I write A4 sheet and my professor can read and they don't have a problem. But when I was growing, I need that formula. I need that principle. I need that thing to keep my writing in uniform. And say, my writing in straight line. My first copy book, then chua. When you get to a point, you don't need that my first copy book again. You don't need that blue lines to write straight. You don't need to write the gene. You can even write it. Sometimes I write gene, look like S, and when I read, I understand. People even understand, So for me, that uniformity thing, other than that, everything will be scattered, and everybody's just saying, throwing things around, and blah 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 blah, and there's always confusion everywhere. But let's start from a point. Say, okay, me and the point I say is principle and virtues. Principles and virtues. share Bible no and say, do unto others as you wish them do unto you. And in the Lord's Prayer, forgive us as we forgive those who forgive us. And you see, there's a principle. If I do unto you, it will come back to me. I'm saying some principle. So I said that let me call this principle God. And like the whole thing is that whether you call it uniformity or not, what it is this, and say for me to just go have like have some organization, a starting point. It helps. It helps. At a point in time, you get to a point where you don't need organization, but the organization that's pushed you on say to another realms. Another realm said, I mean, we were going, we see A for apple. But you grow up like this and you say A is not A. If you say WAR, A is all war. Cause I'm sure it's not like that. But you needed that foundation. Maybe you might be wrong though, but you needed it, that helps you to maybe cross certain rivers, certain path. So I see, like, we start from uniformity. And I heard somebody say, maybe about faith. And I want to also share my ideas about faith. I want to say, and not me kind about faith, I want to say, Hebrews chapter 11, or see, now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Me kind for King James version. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which were not made, so things which are seen or things which appear were not made of things which do appear. And it is perfectly right. This is not blind faith. This is real faith. This is most Christians practice faith, like blind faith. But this is real faith. What is appearing comes from what is not appearing. If you have negative thoughts, you will see it manifest in your life. And your signs. Look at yourself. Think positive. What you think, the good news you heard, which is in your head alone, your mind, nobody can see your mind, can make your heart beat in a particular pattern. Stroke, good news or bad news, now collapse. The interpretation going on, nobody can see, will manifest in things. You see, the architect will go and dream about building plan. And then one day you will see it there. Things that appear come from things that do not appear. That is what it means. You see, but if you are practicing blind faith, you say, I believe, I have faith.
Things appear from the what?
The unseen.
The unseen. Okay, such a kakra. Number examples be me no be fine had such a
okay. Never say bibia obe hu owiase no. At a point in time no na e wo be adwin mu.
Okay.
On say at a point in time no on say bibia like aeroplane no. You be aeroplane. Obi ohun anoma on say betime bibia betime na me wiam ti anoma. It's not didn't want adwin mu. Or catch you because this is impossible. How can you fly? Who are a wizard and are you a witch? Then or start to say or working towards it, blah blah blah. The things that I believe there's something in me. I want to bring it out. Now no more create aeroplane. Why I said it is possible. It's possible. Now aeroplane will not dream. It is not sin. Unless you can walk and then with a microscope or something see the thoughts in people's mind. But things you don't see. But the thoughts, we don't see thought processes. We don't see thought processes. But then, like, manifesting what he or she is thinking. And that is faith. In faith, you believe you have a dream. Sometimes you call it a dream. You have a dream. Nobody believes. Nobody knows it. And now, why manifesting TV and eventually all the inventions were in some people's dreams at a point in time. Okay. That faith is that if you have evidence in your mind, it can happen. That's the whole thing. Evidence or what you want, you can make it possible. And the whole thing about Christianity and religion that they've really misinterpreted in such a way that don't have evidence. Just say to yourself that I am rich, I am loving, I'm loving. No evidence. But the real faith in it that be to practicalize this maybe some time ago no now we nisika and only no kwan wan obe friend o chel 1 cedi and I say we be right they be the prayer. That is your evidence. You alone can see. So you have evidence within you. And when you want maybe to manifest something, you go back and say, it has happened before, it has happened before. So that your life, nobody knows you. It is hidden in you. Nobody knows your life. And then you call it to call for things that you want to manifest. I mean, that's kind of a bit, I'm going drifting about the topic. But what I'm saying is that you just have to know that if you dream it and have it in your mind, you know, and nobody can see it and nobody can see it, it's in unseen. In your mind means that it is in the unseen. Until it comes that it's on the scene. So that is your faith. When you can't faith, you don't have faith. Oh. And then you begin to, and the same thing about God, me can say principle, no. What to me, a principle in your mind, you know. They say, no, God can love better than this. You have had an idea of what love is. You can now make it happen. There is no God you are going to look for, something, that's not. You know, that thing, there's no God sitting somewhere. But that idea that God is better than this, you see, that idea alone is your definition of love or happiness or kindness or helping something. And that you pick it up. This is my God. This is God talking to me. That is all. You are not going to worship this God and bow to this God and blah, blah, and that. No. You don't need all those rituals of men.
Okay.
See, God is a personal experience. But then we can start from somewhere. I say we have some experience. Unless you can tell me that you have no experience, your door experience, then you can tell me that then all these things are just things, you know, not a thing. It's just that some people, literature, you really defend personification and metaphors. Into more Bible, no, they were relying more on personifications. The leaves are dancing. And the wind whispered to me. You know, those are poetical things they were using. And if you think that the wind whispered, the wind is a human being who is whispering, then you miss the mark. But there are personifications, metaphors, or things that you would have to reinterpret it in ways that will make you a better loving person, a good person. That is your God assignment. And no. And say, who started for? But won't believe it, say, baby, will just say a friend in love. Then there is no God to you. And see, you need to you look at your own life. And last Mika says, "Shewawa bravo. Have you loved before? If you want to know God, look at your life, your own life. If we go back to your own life, from day one you were born to now, the experiences they keep leading you to one thing, to the other, to one thing. The whole thing is so much organized that you don't see it until you go back and look. It's like, so I met this person. This person led me to this person. Now I'm meeting this person, and we are even on the Ridge Road talking. For me, I'm going to meet this person. Things are happening, and they are connecting themselves. And say, you just have to know. I say, all this that is happening now. It is connected by principle. Why would there be gravity on Earth and there's no gravity in space? Because we need to live as a family. This is the Earth. We need to live as a family. So there's gravity. When you go and say, calm down, come back with it. If you go and say, you'll be flying anywhere. You know?
Okay.
So I see this thing and like, this principle. Then I will interpret it. No, I'm not waiting for any pastor to come and tell me. I would interpret that this means love. It means that this person wants to stay with you here. It means that if I was flying in space, I would not be there to help you when you fell down. If I was flying in space, so the gravity made it possible for me to see your pain, to be there for you and support you. This is love. And this is what I call the principle of God. I see God happening around me every day.
Let me be selling for us.
Okay, Buzano quickly name call bad, yes. What? Lemford, Daniel Musa question back on your call. Okay.
There's no God sitting somewhere. Sitting somewhere watching us.
Oh no! There is no God sitting somewhere watching.
Okay.
Watching anybody.
All right.
God is happening. Okay.
God is happening. What? Can you
in and through you? In and through you. Maybe I will see the wakuma ne bono. Nimdiena ne ma wakuma bono. And that's an nimdieno. On say na ema o moja no kostro ne ba from ne ko adwini mu. San nimdiena hundinu na efe no Nyankopɔn. Enti Nyankopɔn e ɔte wo mu on say ɛte wo mu. San nimdiena na ema ahonde ema udi bibia.
Are you a Christian?
What's it?
Are you a Christian?
And it's a new question, no?
Okay. I'm a Christian.
Now, in Genesis, that God came down and saw and came to see things for himself in Sodom and Gomorrah, and I said,
I know, allegory. And then those three that
Oh,
happen
okay.
like
Oh,
that
thank
before.
you. Thank you very much. I like that. I like that.
That nothing of that so happy.
Okay. All right then.
Okay.
You. Ɛneɛ Linford mɛmo ahome so wɔ ha na adeɛ baako a mepeke wɔ wo nsɛm no mu ne sɛ na kyerɛ sɛ we can use the principles that run the universe as a reference of God. And some principles no deɛ no one can alter those principles. And no yɛ uniform among all men. Those principles that run the universe no deɛ ɛyɛ key obiara ntimi nyɛ deɛ bɛ ɛnsesa no. We can begin from there and move further on into the the diversity. Let's just say we have a uniform reference point, but obiara ne sɛ deɛ obi si ayɛ deɛ bɛ ate aseɛ akɔ ne kasɛm. Thank you very much for that. Yɛnkɔ ɔbaadeɛ no anaso na ɔbaadeɛ nso mfa bi nsɔ so. Ɔbaadeɛ mpom te sɛ
Papa Madaroma and Madonna, Yame, Hodin, what you mean, and one I didn't know
the critical thinker. The critical thinker.
With the critical solution.
The critical solution. You, and yet, boy, come away. You won't come into also keep so. Why?
Many are no church when Yanko for money and that. On say, a nipper, and your man, who. Nipa na manya me ho evi se ya nka se nyame ho anka se bonsam ho obi ahu da na obi azu bonsam so da so atiate enti na akwaya ade bi a on se na me nua bi refer se the bible mo nyankopɔ kane for mo ne ada aya niema bi nipa bi nyansa ekwerɛkwerɛ de to ho se de nipa ebenya suro enya wo hu ne ya hu se bibi wo ho ne ya live good life. Oh, because onyankopon no osane adia sadia bible no esi kanwa osi onyankopon obo ade no na yi ase ye sakasaka enti nifa kwa na ote there wasn't a land, there wasn't a space, nothing. And I was say God created heaven and earth. Yenyina so ya sa adia to so onyankopon to heaven. Now kwa bible no na bible no so actually say birds free over heaven. The birds free over heaven. And the animals in the who's opening them and the heaven away. The birds free over heaven. I was saying it is a bird free over heaven, sir. Then Uncle Ponso bore heaven and earth. Then he know what I said in the past was I just to say I met to heaven. It's a question. Huh? Have you no more boy? Into one more, you're not taking. But be any one so Bible one answer trust man and book what you say. Oh, I mean what to have son about heavens and earth. No one can tell you sending a what to have. So I say, it's a young in the panel. Say a war say any ho. You create your dear and manipa and so and manipa it make nancy as we manipa. Say yani ya kase nyankopon so you human being and that's why your body bia would do any who so or ye nipa baako and ye musa your boss ante hinidia and I your boss gamanche hinidia or your baako gamanche timi konkotena sorry dem ewa yi nkran ebia cathedral kesiem na the center on kotel kumasi cathedral the center on kotel etu onyankopon no ye nyina edu kwasi ada du mi da ye se yesom and sorry do so sorry da ye himu no otie any fan what any pair washing no etero onyankopon no ye yen na ya create onyame enipa and ya create obonsa but maybe damn as with me critical thinking me who say the positive in life the positive of everything and na ye describes and say onyankopon God and the negative I did be anywhere by a bonny amount our brabo man by a bad I won't say obonsa obi no aware fa de ya bad de am obonsam but twasam no ekura nipa no aso wo ko ka say na papa ne boni nyina no efi onyankopon de yemfa ye ma no but obi no ha boni ba na kwa ma obonsam din ohu bonsam da o yin fa na bonsam ka chi obi so won twesika no odutwa nipa enku no na yire just simply because na yire so won wa ha no you are stable no na so watwitwa na ku no wa ante bonsam ne but wo ku ni wi ayes munya no. Oh, I say where they been some influence and a man idea and can you not try and go yes, a independent critic. Oh, it is a positive tense and negative tense, and the name these two. Oh, Yankopon. I dear bay papa and Yabiana. Oh, dear Yankopon, that was it. oh where the minion her the Yankoponi papa that way so oh said was here save uncle for the oh yaminipa oh yami hu tinimu na obi so ye boni na fact amount for nipa dodo akwa boy bon sam say wa hwade a wakọ ye nipa domo abra nipa domo affect wo oh where the bon it's a positive and negative and with that positive and negative human being can never live.
Okay.
So what you na negative ni wabra bomo ultimate transit because the negative lets you do positive things. Man, you were ya. And the positive no so na ma negative so ba. Because all koye the positive na anye net near na koye negative. It is both positive and negative makes human being to make life. Which way? O say o men kwaduma. Now don't say go but now da ho o some be so bo say da wo tum ni ye pamo. Nya bon sam na ka say men koye adwuma. Nya bon sam na say pamo. But the positive thing about say but me nya di ntia me da ka. But me so me nya di nko adi analysis nko di jana oh my dear Nathan. The positive thinking or thinking you know what koye adwuma no ya tua kanazika aba. When you be there you all these finances into one and was sumajo. But one koye be do one no. Ni ye pamo ye two there now da bontin we here now bontin now da no encounter problem and as one can tap problem see fifo pa ye me na me kura de kura na me twini saadwini anye bon samle na ote ye enti ye nya brabo na ye rotate no the positive and negative no is within us and how you implement it no and then I say anko ya ma wa wo se ye bon sam obi anu ha de aye positive bi ama no wa kasa bon sam da ote ye urade me da and we create God and we create Satan and all these things is within us. Said the enemy and see come at yemu at nipamu. And the question mark says here busanese. Ye nipakran ye free ye ba into existence. Obi beka just say God created. Onyame bo hwan na gira ho. All the thing that here no. Hwan na wo. It's a question mark. Oh, but I'm not young Kalana. Everything they are young from Fina, Chassis, or Yamibo, the Payan into, or Bowman Kalano Benini. And now a bone or money. Oh, money, you know, I'm going to do hot once. Some money in Mungo Mungoya Jumana. Satan, why I know so dear. I can a big free mamma and Sama Yakola and Sadway. Sasano or not ya, and then in Sano Jumano, and Kiaba in the Pracope. Because the Jumano, in what as a why not yet, they won't be able to Barbadiana, only the on sign Concordia from and ya the case to Abby, no, or one who had done is a quick turn where I change it near Bawono, no, I at the Fufro. And the Yania Quanimus to Yacopo, or Bo, Womono, and Penum for and Sana, one with the Omokoya assess and Omoba in Panket and Kitty analysis. So no one knows. I don't know, it's a hidden something. But what I know is that I know positive and negative.
Okay.
When you do positive things, you get positive things.
Okay.
When you do negative, you encounter negative. And when negative comes on your way too much, you know, at the which any problem, bro, you don't feel good. It is the other answer or bon some having. No, something within you, the positive and negative within you, whereby you did not implement it very well, no, and the results, bad results.
Okay. About it, yeah, but was also watch it him come out. They also positive and negative, and no and a uru and no and a movie here and there. Yeah, but was it now, Mamma home so our home say Daniel, what question me the ma or by the nana and answer for more question me the manner. What question me the man?
No, Debbie. But explanation, only for the explanation. They did critical analysis in their head, and now they are coming into the middle, running away from what the gospel say. The book couldn't turn negative and positive anywhere. Bema.
Oh, Sabo.
Book no. They are trying to rationalize.
Because
make it more.
Said all kind of my honey said my who baby was all Bible name say or say good and bad. You made the Lord our Bible name.
I mean, I'm a ball, bad, yeah. But
so
obi na eka. Yeah, is someone speaking.
Oh, okay.
So what you say? Negative na catch person David say onko yesi and as o catch oni na Nebuchadnezzar yesi and as person negative na can assembly kire person Solomon. There be it's a human being sitting up there in the sky like obo yeah inside so obo yeah created us or far or far sand not here bo nipa a human being like God we are talking about in here. Don't try to rationalize this. Munyina baby amujina na mama man finfin
oh yeah na hu baby amujina
our explanation no I'm trying to rationalize it. No, don't do that.
On say, you have put all people who say they are Christians under one in one basket, and that is one dangerous thing to do.
Yeah, they are trying to
Daniel,
modernize Christianity.
One second. Whatever the case may be, either they are modernizing it or they are taking it, rationalizing it, or doing whatever it is. It's like you are putting everyone who calls himself a Christian in one basket.
That is the Bible. Another book I'm going to refer to.
Okay. All right.
And the book tells us something. And they must stay with the book.
Okay.
If they don't want to be in, if the book is telling them something that doesn't make sense, then they quit like as I did.
Okay. All right. Okay, answer. What's it? Now, maybe I was for them say, about the episode can be about there.
Yeah, Papa.
Kasa.
Mini and Daniel. As someone walking, or see book. But we can say book nipa na twerɛ ya na atɛnye nipa. It is a nipa no bi atwerɛ na na wagye book na ti sɛ book na ama wa mfiri soro. Book no ya nhuru sɛ efi bibi na bɛtɔ fam ya nhuru ba bi efie ya nipa na aprint. The first Bible no kwa ɔmo printing no wɔ Germany. Akro no your friend or you were saying Gothenburg. The first Bible. It is a book no ya nipa na print ya ne de wagye di. Na mo one sense the human being no atini mo one realize who he is. No one also for the man of the open no say I want to the atini what if the chile be no and not yet authentic man. That's my question. You will be no on the end or the clear Bible and answer what in your be inspiration be no what the best one. And when you authentic man change one also what you as a human being the image that he realized and that's what translating one can answer every night in the room and make one between him and by. Now me cry then obi can say can it be possible?
Okay. All right.
Why would now put the white
no,
something like that.
Okay.
No, not all the time.
You
will be the cook at the Amaya.
Yati but don't say or say baby mujina no Bible no munyina hwa mami ntie Linford owi amako anke obodi so Linford na person ka bibi
okay
yanko
na person be come bi na Daniel kan die Daniel say uba to be there live it like that. Let's have a literal interpretation. The Bible no say by their fruit you should know them. If I say a mango and I say a bibi in fact Judea and so blah blah blah. But who said Daniel? I don't know sure who Daniel say you are different from your mother, you are different from your parents. But one thing ties you together, family. Who but say obey nyama be different like oba na oba pɛ bibia wo mpɛ and as no we be a jollof or pɛ e be a pɛ fufu o say but there's something more than your pet that connects you. And so we all can be Christians. But then nyankopon ma obia fingerprint. So one throw Bible no class say there will be say fingerprinter. Me say there nim dia by nim say fingerprint so a differentiate and make you unique, different from the others. And say to me now say that some time ago no obi ba even by mu say omo ye from say no mu ye Christopher no mu de omo gide ni say sa no mu ti ase na me so me say me so ma ba 2021 me follow mu dabi and say omo chiro say say nyankopon huhum ti me mo ntimi a metimi edit Bible no metimi ona metimi man interpretation na ebe mama ye ni papa nti e bia wo be hu bibia say go and kill And I over fancy can I can but me say go and kill say oh kill your anger. Me tiana my killing me anger and my make it a better person. It's nyame kan bia is how to make me a better person. And it doesn't matter. Say obia can say obia say me to me stick obi and bomb say nipa no. Then that one I'll speak to the person. I'll think the like the way they think. I'll live the way they do. I'll walk the way they do. I'll jump the way they jump. I'll eat the food they eat. And then there's but then more the freedom, more the ability to make an impact in my generation. Maybe na make an next 100 years. No, obi baba can nya a better thing me. I don't mind. Nyame mind say like some principle. On say ebia me. I want interpretation that will make you a better person. If you're about interpreting better, that's the best. Then we keep building upon it. And I mean, me who Bible say like work out your own salvation in fear and trembling. You are here to till. Say you are here to till the earth. Work on the earth. So it means that work on yourself, work on your mind. Even if possible, work on the Bible itself. The whole thing is the interpretation. I be a better person. That's it. And to say, my interpretation will make me differ from you. Welcome, because as far as it's making me a better person, we can all be Christians, but we are allowed to think differently.
Okay, all right then. Thank you very much, Linford. Now me call Uncle Weddy so. Oh yeah, Masaba Daniel. Uncle Weddy. Over body and pump to say. Good. And not to me quite sorry. Send a BBI come over there. Sweet. You, to Uncle Modino so hey. Now what you try Mune an undisputed uniform reference of God among all men. Say a man for church more fine. And yet was ho. Na Daniel the Ujina or say we will never be able to have that reference, uniform reference that we can say this is the God that we talking about. Say uti Linford on so dia ne tintini ni titi munyina Linford no say there are some principles that run this universe. And those principles and I said those virtues ana obetimi at the higher starting point. They actually say this is the God that we are talking about. And when we talk about God as per and someone Linford a kind na on say God eti baby or tia pampem baby and watch Uncle Boy do bonia oh yeah and papa na final day no why balance sheet and who say overcall heavy and I say overcall hell minimum. It is all about the principles that run this universe. Oba de nana and so eba the okan na wotwe mu no and one was aka positive and negative and no one move we ase and no one and we ase ekonim na sa positive and negative ni nyina debe ewoye mu na ahyase no me kan me say question no an undisputed and uniform among all men. Enti se enye bia wo ba na bibia wo di begina aso ede ayi question na no also make sure say ade na wo di gina so ayi question na no uniform undisputed se utie Linford na answer wo de ma no. In fact there are some principles surrounding this universe. Those principles undisputed. Uye kremoniu those principles you can't dispute them. And we're packing a reference pointer and also undisputed. And also to ask me free honor name pick a reference pointer and also undisputed to answer an undisputed question. Yanko edi manko body.
Oh papa, I see. Let say the okay and the video and work carding na mini ho pata se wa chire mu ama mate no se ne omo kan matete no biase nti omo de omo pa chire se enye nyame bi na ebo wiase na se because omo asem na omo kan no ana nyame bi ani ho ana sese nyanti ase
se enye nyame na ebo wiase
aha se nyame bi ani ho because
o dabi wɔn nka obi anka sɛ nyame bi ne hɔ no mu na mmom ebi a na nyame na obi a ɔwɔ bible nim no ana bi a ebi bɛkyerɛ sɛ saa nyame no deɛ dabi nsɛnkyerɛ saa nyame no wɔn na bu owiase saa na bi a wɔn bɛka no
ɛno deɛ no ano no sɛ obiara wɔ na yi sɛdeɛ osi te n'ase ɛna bible no nyɛ obiara na gidi nti no wiase no ɛda hɔ no nyɛ nipa nyinaa na gidi sɛ obi kora na bɔ wiase
okay
saa na teɛ ɛna yɛn nso a yɛgye di sɛ bibi na bɔ wiase na nyame a yɛka ne ho asɛm wɔ bible no mu no ɛna bɔ wiase yɛ so yɛ wɔ hɔ ɛna wiasefoɔ nso woba a ebi nso yɛ nananom ne ayi mu ebi nso gyidi paa sɛ no yɛwɔ nyame bi a ɔbɔ wiase but saa nyame no ne yɛ nyame no ma ɔmowɔ sɛ ɔmotwa ɛwɔ ahyia
kɔso yɛte wo nka
yɛ nyame no ma ɔmotwa ɛwɔ ahyia no ɔmo na ɛbɔ wiase no obi nso koraa gyidi sɛ twɛdi ampɔ no wɔ hɔ but nyame nketewa no nso ne abosom ɛna yɛnam abosom no so ɛna yɛhu saa nyame no nti no ɛm sɛ obiara wɔ sɛdeɛ ɔte ne deɛ ase ɛfa
okay alright I see nti ɛnyɛ bia sila no o deɛ bible na ade bɛyɛ ansa as to the uniform reference of God no wo ne bibi foforɔ biara ɛde yi ano
saa na teɛ mehu ne sɛ nyame no wɔ bible no mu no ɔno ne nyame a ɔbɔ wiase na ɔbɔ bibiara wɔ sɛneɛ bible no ɛkyerɛ no saa pɛpɛpɛ ɛna nyame na ɔbɔ wiase no ɔno ara na ɛwɔ ɔbɔ soro bɔ asase ade nyinaa sotofoɔ no sɛneɛ ɔka ne Genesis no nti saa nyame no mmom na memegye di sɛ ɔna ɛbɔ ewiase
I see. Ono a fufuro bi ani ba bia on.
Fufuro bi ani ba bia bi.
Okay. All right then. Mati.
Eno aso na me na nanu omo kan se na me twedi ampokwa ame no. Ono a no. But only say side ho de no na ye ni twiro no wo ho. Ye ni wo ho nti no. Ti say wo beba America wo musoja omo ntade omo hye China for omo soldiers omo ntade omo hye ni nyina ye soja koro ya na omo kan ho asem because of say obia wo say kwan a ofa so na obo ni soja ni kwan a ni soja for ofa so dress kwan a ni soja because obi kura ka kyerem say emre bi atwam China for soldiers na omo yisu ajan say eno nkyerɛ sɛ omo nye soja for omo ye soja for omo bo omo man omo nyina ye soldiers but bia omo din ene kwan ye be fa so abo no e be different na America for so dey different but ni nyina no e ye soja ba akopɛ ya na ye kan ti me gidi sɛ ye na na no mu nyame kwa me na no mo ka no ono ane nyame kro ya o Bible mu a Bible can answer.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's the same God, but Bible move for no. They presented their experience of that God, and anonymous no. They also had their experience of that God. Maybe what?
Sanity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Because what ye na me tie akwa na o kan yi bi kire say even though before kra Bible mra no na ye wonkrofo a omo enye abosom no nhihye abosom se ne abosom ni bi kum ni pa abosom ni bi ye we no ye no ne ye wo saa nkrofo no ho na even though ba yi so a akonfo no e wo ho no ye wo akonfo bi a no omo se omo ye yi mo ti akonfo ye obi mo a omo kom bosom tarete no nya mo ti akonfo e obi a eti saafo ni nyina wo ho na ye wo ye nananom so omo ye bi a omo so eti omo ti wo direct na me ba ma omo to aso na
okay all right yo uncle body sabre bi because am so dey o see can na je say one way or the other na Christopher ntimi nka say Jesus is the only way to God o. Yo, ene oba no why is our question anu amaye kama. Why? Na yenko Eja Samoa ono so wɔ France yema ono so emra. Eja Samoa impom eti say Eja Samoa o. Yo, Eja Samoa enya ready a mama na sika mre. Na sika yenko. Ne nya nhyɛ ase fra na wo produm. The award my no fama yen. Why? It's you.
Papa Patrick question here there.
Send now twetwa mu no de nkomo na na edi na ye to aso afiri ho. Could there be
Now I trim man down for
okay. Ne ebusa say could there be a uniform undisputed reference of God among all men? And let's just say ye betimi anya bibia nipa nyina beka say okay, all right. Ade we say eno ene nyankopon na ye ka ho asem no. Obviously ye nyina ye betimi atena one temperature mu, right? But said ye me feel temperature na nyesa na won so be de be obe feel no na che say diversity ewom enti no temperature na ye 32 de na emom said ye me feel 32 no nyesa na won so feel de be 32 no but 32 temperature na ye say be 32, right? Enti no ye pese ye hu say could there be a reference point be and as a reference be a betimi aka say this is God among all men, and then they will be antimi nya de be and challenge it obi antimi nka say hey there be we dey oboa because nipa na o ka say yemienu na ye wo ho na ye 32 temperature mu no, right, degrees Celsius no e bia na me ya wode me na so ho hyehye o me ntimi nka say me ho hyehye mi nti no temperature no different from the 32 that we see there. 32 no dey 32 na mom how we feel within the 32 no diversified obi an say dey we dey be we see ehunu nti ye to aso afri ho no anu anom a chechire o madwena kama nti kakra a obeka no kama yenko
Papa na just me to asi a na just say o kasa fa bia nyamisu a ewu nipa mu saa nyamisu no obia wo kwan a osi experience saa nyamisu no saa na opa kire
also who yi question na no mum who yi question na no, right? Because utie Linford said you see church mu na, right? The starting point of see enya bibi a uniform reference to God no should be virtues. And say also two people cannot love the same way. Even no said you see that amount for no crown as how we express our love towards other people no, it's never the same. But ni nyina ya label no say there be love. And you know as per said you na them for the church no, you can say that love no God. But as to how we express that love among ourselves no, and it is different. So at the point na say and say utie uncle boy which he will definitely be coming back to answer that question now. Or say yen nanom nyame na no omunim no eno ani sa nyame na o ye de be o Bible nim no. And let us say obi ani say de usi e de be experience sa God no. Tina me ka say ne oba be ya no amaye say sa na tie dia ene e Christopher ni right bia say Yesu nkwa na o se fa no so ye de be e ko Nyankopon ho
sa
oba be ya no bia obefre presiding elder and say apostle na mu no aboa no with quotation enti enkomo no ba bia ye dru ene no why
okay yo papa ene me da se papa se me to aso a papa who say otwedi ampon Yankopon se na obi aso odi on the frɛ obi frɛ na obi a odi on the frɛ no what I say na me kakra menim ne say papa obi a wo kwan a ofa so e connect through this nyame obi a wo no kwan nanso no book be after ya to the Bible and also Quran. Omo documentation nyoma bi omatwra omo follow sa book no according to omo no omo di sa book na chi no omo say firi Onyankopon huhu na eden out of Onyankopon huhu mu na sa book ni eden epi free by no enam nipa so ema nipa ye den etwoye na Bible na so kremu say without Christ no obi no betwenya access to sa otwedi ampon na say de na no so ma de boy na ye den efiri no so ba ye no enti ni o mu division say we Christopher ye o Muslim ye one ye o nananom a whole lot of different obiare na ideology obiare na adwen and even within the Christian fraternity in Pokra no so no your doctrines obiare ni doctrines papa na ohwe ewiase nyina ye will different race and within all this race no so no obia wo kwan a ofa so ye den ehu ni nyame anaso ofa so connect san yankopon and obia so hu ni yankopon within his own spectacle. But this is where before no majority of us are falling short to the extent say ye hu sa oyankopon na say mu dodo na ehu sa yankopon within the spectacle of a white man. Ye hu sa yankopon within the spectacle of our own. Papa mpacho what mase kakra
wo de na etie koso etie pa why etie
ohwe wiase na okọ far east okọ Asia far east far west omo di Onyankopon se Buddha ne nasefo no China omo Nyankopon it doesn't look like English Nyankopon and as a European god no so he doesn't look like the Chinese god oba ye nuanum Arab for ya almost there is a different but oba ye be man high Africa na we've been divided a lot ye ankophobia mu san Yankopon Arab for dem because Arab for na rules ankrofo no ye ankophobia almost hu Yankopon were Europeans dem me na I was part of sankrofo na from Christianity because sankrofo no mo na be ru ye mo na de bre and as some of us no ya trans ni adwene ho say white man if Europe belongs to Europeans not the Arab man should belong to Arabians here then Africa should belong to Africans simple as the ABCD and if in that case now we must also see God in our own spectacles. But this is the situation. The majority of us, no, we are even demonizing our God. We are cursing them. And if there is any help, spiritually, and these gods, and I said this God can give to us now, Papa. Yadani yechi. Edi amasa Nyankopon no. A obetimi aboa bibi man. Ama etimi asore ye hwan ye din e wo honhom mu ne sunsum mu. Ni na account na ma bibre papa ya ka achiri e wo neoma bibre mu si empembo kwa na fine we should not condemn them because from omumu na free baye ye nananom omumu na free baye nti wo nanana o free ne mu baye no na so wo dex no ana so o kese no every time wo demonize no every time there's no way. So if there's any spiritual backing, this now say they will back you because you don't regard them as anything. And the time has come for us that Papa or say we have to rewind, factory reset your brain or before no majority of us your brain you'll see they call factory reset. We need to reset our brain and come back to our consciousness. Now you who say this is ours. Near cherish it.
Okay.
The Jesus say yes, Papa. Se sunsu mumbo kwana say ya to ape in the nyoma bi kutie sunsuma through the help of these gods, we can stand on our feet.
Okay.
Papa, we've been praying through this European God and this Arab gods, even in our constitutions. Answer na yede omampeni bisi no. And just so he swear to this European God or this Arab God, but they have not helped us in any way. We've been praying, we've been doing this, we've been building cathedral for them, we've been doing all this. They still turn their back at us. Bible no akase. Papa, okay, Old Testament, somewhere numbers. Before they regard us as slaves.
Mm-hmm.
They regard our Bible said before the slaves. This Bible no has demonized it before in so many ways to the extent that then Abraham, Ham, Kush, na other one referring Ifat. Abraham to me can see to know no. According to Bible, not just a year to for now, you free Ham as if for we are all cursed. Why hadn't those nipa bako bonne? It may affect a whole entire generation. This God has cursed a whole entire generation of just one man's sin because of honey papa nakedness. And this God, this Bible God, if it's true, he has kept cursed a whole generation of black people. And we are still falling and worshiping this God. Papa Nyareho.
Okay, all right. Yo, I'm say, also in Chichimuno, ya ben, no for the end, kakra. That's it. Yes, yeah, we should return to our own experience of God. Me wa.
Simple, Papa.
Simple. Na, ose yehu, God in the spectacles or in the eyes of a white man. But we should revisit our God in the sight of a black man.
That's it.
Okay, all right. And what Nina no me boy.
No.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Now, Uncle Boy Yaba. So what we me boy now will be for
Papa, my uncle boy him na bibi ni amesa to aso.
Okay, all right then. Uncle Boy.
Aja.
And there to aso na me call Aja Samuel so say. And now o church nsem na me yes na e oba na waboa because say dey we see chire mu no. Say obiara na experience dia ene den na Christopher timi ka say Jesus nkwa ne kwan a obitima fa so dia akonya nkopon.
On say he said dia na me nua chire. It could be say o de enyim tum say obiara na nyame. Na te said dia na me so be kan ye nyina ye wonyame. But at long last no say no money nyina hia ye hwe ye nyame no ne performance ya we performance ye fa say nyina nyame. But at the long last no ye Christopher ni hu ne say ne ye wonyame bi kura na ene nyame bi a waba na che say wo ye more powerful than ye dem. Ha me nua ayi kan na na sika kan kura wa admit te say ne ye wo bibi but ya ye ma ye de na akofam e na wo hwe ye de ba say ne ye yusu ye nua no say use common sense ye de nyame som no ba mu ade ntia Christopher ka say Yesu ko ne no kura ne han ne ni say ye gitum say Yesu Kristo ye abrofo nyame de a ene na asem we debate o kura say twa so ye hu say o mo nyame ne ye greater ese ne ye de because ene ya ewo mu ya bibifue even though Asians ne de omo independent or Europeans so but ye before bibia ye mra ye de be hye kru ye bibia de be ye bibia no ye hu ne say abrofo de ne ye hu ne say abrofo de ti ya ba aba doctor no ye nananom ne omo so nananom na obia wo ne kwan of society but ene ya ba be fa ye sisi hospital say wo ye kru ye sua operation ye because ye hu say abrofo no operation na ye good operation it me gini pankwa ohun eti wo de eno ba nyamesom no a sa pepepe na ye na Christopher ye hu ne say no na ye nananom bo nyame bi na ye tititi na nyame bi wo comfort gale wo ni we ni but at the long last no abrofo no so be introduce bibi and I say Israel nyame na e Bible mu no bae no ni nyumadi a odi no ye abrabo mu ni nyumadi a odi no wiase ni nyina no super sidi sad we no ye na nanom de no eti ya fa
ebi ni den
ebi ni dia wafa Daniel no o papa de kokuma no but who say kokuma no nyanti wo de Daniel
one who
one can yes wo support to say no na naska who say on pen wa change ni din na say o de aso de Daniel yi Bible mu
change da me change da I told you on this class
but o man
papa na friend
say what to da ha oh ade bi o ha say who say
also assistant say uncle body transfer Daniel say no na the man me wa
but who buy who say
I know also assistant that is what he's saying also assistant
me na me tro man who din na wo ho na aba so na e de enye Daniel me na me tro me na me tro ade na nasika buy wa tro din na nasika na ehu who be catch them so assistant because of some mechanics as assistant who so din da ho na tro Daniel me na me tro
okay cause where and you dey watch or ho na wo dey reference me boa
be I so no who so one kasa pro bu ho bo fia se na nanu mu din ne no ma o de mani nyina nya papa na no na wo ba ye na wo kan na sika de o kire ma meti ase te bia no me ba keto ase na papa ye o kan Daniel ono di o kan nyame yi sa ni din so Daniel na Daniel wo na so no say me debate and then
that's a fallacy. Make your point. A dean doesn't say anything. A dean is something I write on Google. Google I'm writing Sasa Daniel. It's
and then you Daniel transfer also or picking a point from somewhere
on Google 15 years ago.
Okay.
No, it's not argument.
Okay. Uncle
what argument about your God.
Watch it into Daniel no honor internet to us on the Janadian. Why?
Because said nipa de sana opa and our can but the American say ye di kura no chere say ye meno ye wo fom ye bibia no ye bi na medical man example for hospital kura ye na nanu mu titi aduru SIA but ene mene na sika ko gina wona say ye yere nyim ana ye kwa kura se na obi de ne yira ko maame oje awo na titi aduru na nyame amwa na se ko ba ko wu a nipa ba ko abran so amokere e wo hospital mu but wo de ba ko de sini wo no ko wu a mene na neske adapa e betwa no adeti de yamfa na nko aprofo no enti no eno ma no ho say ti say de o ka say ba sa ne yesu ye hypocrite ye pharisee ade no wo ho but ye mpese e beka no kuro wo mun say ade ni nyina no ba ko ye superior eno tin ye ko ba bia ne ye ko sua football say 4-4-3 4-4-2 ekrofo formation mo ba ye superior e wo mutia fe no ye de na Ghana ne ejina ba ko da pom ba ko da 7 number 8 number 10 no because of say enya ade a ye enkoye ntim ya be fa bi modie enti wiase na ho no obi na boy sa nipa no ene control wiase sa nipa no boy on e control to mo som ni ye no mo nyame no na control ye no di tu na ma o
enti twen you some question na me busa no Yesu na me ka say sasa na tie dia ene say Christopher locals be no omo wo a omo de ka say Yesu ene the only way no right de bia omo ta aka no ini say dia opeso o che ne say Jesus better transport to nyame na obo wiase na meboa
sa pepe
enti no ebe de no wahunu say you have a better transport than the other and I say transport na wo team na wo de ko nyankopɔ ho na de na memu ahunu say a solid one
no ne ye Bible na da ho and na medical man examples we say ye ditum say Yesu ne European god dia omo na sisia no odi 2 million nyina hye omo nsa at least you say ye before the crowd say ye mpe ayi de na enti de bi mu akofa Arab god because almost otumi kakra we European god no almost otumi kakra enti no u follow nkrofo mo otumi the way too much because you will see the any lesser apart from say dia be twa ponche ama no ye nko bia enim de kura de ma ye biase no ye de yesu
okay all right then uncle body any home so why home so na Mema obade na namram quickly. Eja samwa you ready why? Obade we na me bow so. Obade enko.
Yo papa me da se bebre so ama kwanya na aka be madru me nam kwa wuti dede no a me duru ana kete me tam aso no na me nua bi ba ansa na Mr. Buadi be the man has make fantastic analysis ama bani ade Sam say we blacks no eti na mrofu mu ye no na ya sam free ya ne ye ho a yan koye ni mu jase European God no wa mo kan no a o se eye Jesus Christ no wonu kwa bie na no ka me ba me diem e wo bukunu o se me ba me diem to ama so ye wonu wo Israel ahwe ho se wonu ne ye pe na biane ye di no wa Ghana woti river pra ho river of ho yi mu adwene eno mu hu nsuo na wodi anyini ehun na wodo na wonya bode anamenke die anyina wo so European God na wodi ni die yemfa ne say Yesu Kristo no ni we a Yesu Kristo no ono kwa so wanwie na adwuma o se na me koma kotiesie tiabia na me kwa me ba be fa mo o kana wo ni ho over 2000 years nipa promise on wa me fa won. How can you believe that God so only need the right channel as so far so obi a wa promise a wa fail up to now wa ma one more promise wa mo no a no wa mo na ma du mi eru no wa mo tun sa didi ya won ka ho sankofo na huwuo akọ up to now ye ni ba bi omo wo de wo faith say wo hu no ne na tun sa didi wo blacks is ye kodu ade de tu ba bi ne de mayane a na ya de adi ya na no de no ane ya se ya abosom no wa mo twa moja yankwa Genesis yankwa Bible mu to wo mun senya me obade no no wo book mu no dia from Genesis one so no obade ndia book mu in Genesis no e wom ba bi ho abetimi akoka ya o ka cho so mo fa abo wo mu si afode abutia no wo fa abo no wo mu twa moja nguso wo ya bone a Israel fo no a wo fa wo mu that time no wo mu twa moja de gu abo no so anansa na bone apepa yana na no dia no ne yente Bible no na mai yana na mo yare wo ye musuo wo kofo kofo biyira ye twa moja ne de apo akọ ba bia wo di e bone no ampa wa ho de no yade a wo yade ni nyina ba sti akọ yen sam na Bible no mai ye se enye de no ya tia tumpra ko pesa ya abosom wo mo de ban no so wo mo buku no wo wo so twa moja up to now kwa Israel obi o Israel buta no wo ye bone a wo de nkokọ ene moa ene pra wo ho yana na no so kọ bosom nanim na wa ye bone a ne ye se ye bosom no anya bosom broni na akodu de ne saa wo ba wo mantime nkodu ehia fo de no ehia de no ne wo mo de no wo mo sonsom no wodimi kwa kan ma ehia ni enyi tumsa ne de ye bosom aye nyame na ye mini God wono ye nananom nya saa nsuo no ana sɛ yi na no wo mo sumo ba no wo mo free sɛ wo mo so ye spiritual be ye nyankopɔ ba de wo ne botu mu enti sɛ wono no ne ti asase so enti so ma ye bone de a e bia ne nsuo no na ya fom no ye nko hu nsuo no sɛ bɔne bi ne yaya enti nsuo no wɔpa ne hye wɔde yade aba kuro no ma no wagyae they were not believing sɛ saa nsuo no a wɔn som no ana nsuo no da hɔ no pra no ɛne nyankopɔn wɔn nim sɛ nyankopɔn te wɔn to ne di nyankopɔn twɛ di ampɔ kwa me wɔn nim sɛ nti no kena ma wɔ ne din bosom bia wɔ ne din ba na nya bosom they believe sɛ ɛyɛ spiritual thing bi a wɔn da no wɔ asase so aho yɛn deɛ yɛ kɔkɔfa Israel nsuo ai be se hone yebo Yesu asu Jordan river Jordan nsuo ayinam ade na tim anti en de ne yetimi du nipa ko gira mo bɔ na su ande yɛ se bi bra wa wo pɛ but Ghana yɛte ɔno a mo se yɛ nsuo no yɛ abosom river pra afram ne han no se du wa su bɔ so asɔfofo no ɛwɔ Ghana no ɔmo kɔ bɔ su ayɛ ɔmo so amo de mo kɔ river Jordan no ɛyɛ kronkron no mo kɔ bɔ mo ana se yɛ bɔ su wɔ Ghana nsuo that's the question akisofo no wo mo ansanse wo mo Christianity no te Yesu ne yedi na kia wo mamamre no bibia ya wo mo kɔ Israel no wo mo kɔ ye mo wo perform bibia wɔ Ghana especially wo mo asubo no so na de wo kɔ nkwaje em sɛ de wo mo twese ni eti asubo no de wo kɔ nkwaje no nso da Ghana no ɔyɛ busum na mu na nkwaje nkwa look at all these things look at blast look at our mentality sese ye ne gyina hɔ no efe antina na mini bi ba wase China for no wo mo soja wase de wo mo dress wo mo soja obi ade no a wo mo address ni nyina no eye soldiers eti ye kwan ne fa so aye boni nyina eye nyankopon na ne ye som no wo mo ne kodu ye de ne se ye beja atie de ne abefa wo because wo mo ba ye no wo mo be colonize eti bibia wo mo pe no wo mo de hye ye se ye nye ye wo mo no pe se ye ba fo wo mamre ni agya ya mamre anso na ya mamre yete hanom Ghana ni ukacha nso won sa adoa won sa ye nyum kura no ofere enemrofo efra ntoma Sakete, me whom bebree YouTube ni Facebook. One more turn your crop at tree. What the hell am I not a country who cover for no tia? No, I said, Buenia Coco Macosio Chicasa, or the turn your crop, or the child was still Ukromacasa and Wumu. Whom just all come brofo. Maybe I'm a tia, my mammy and I will go. One went to tea. As a Brunia when you know, one of free Hako Snow, Chromacasa, Snow, and Thomas, a snow quarter, a bottle penny. What training is your bomb out to Cronum out to your Christian? I are comforting.
All right.
Look at what this is.
How about you?
Look at what this is.
The critical thinker. First, mammy, why?
Maybe your policy of mind, you know. Your mind not policy to a sense. Say, ya and to Jesus Christ, you know. I know Mohammed and I want the other African. May come a Christopher for to say. Say, yes, Christopher, one Quan no crowd, or boy in a sense. What about two? David, you are the saying, na Abraham and then I say for Isaac eba Jacob no wo mo so nyame ani wo mo na di kan and na wo mo ne eba wu Jesus Christ no wo mo no amfa no so na eba heaven it is so no ka say this will be nam no so na just ne na no di wo ma kini nyina ntimi ko heaven some of us watch one ka say me apart from matino one ka say free na kure say me wa nyimi ani but what can say obi biara wo nim no na say from the past up to the time ni nyina etine ne nananom a nam ne mu no ayewo no kra no se Yesu Kristo no wo ma hu no ye wo no wo ma na wu ko eti no se du atemu so a ya mo wo ma su wo ma anye sei wo ma anyi na ani ti no wo mo ko heaven look at all these things nana me da se so ma konya yes time do say you organize yourself as black because Japan ko kitwe on say and what they say ko we Iran wo mo nyina ye atomic bomb on say white no ya no wo mo bu afu atomic energy no and e ma kakaka won pese wo produce ni nyina no e spiritual background but who ko follow ma wo mon kire de obetimi de anya Asia fo no nyina ye bi yen se ke ye tan ye de no mu a tama ya santo ane na na ho ahwan prempe no ne sagra network sagranti wo ye ne wo mo ko no spirit ya ne lead yen am ye nya akotare ye hye wo mo tu ye tu ana enkan ye no na wo mo de wo mo ye yi a ye se ye bulletproof no e ke ye di wo ma chi gadi wo mo esom wo mo echi ma wo mo kire ya kwan kan na de wo mo ye no ke ye bi operation nyina ke ye bi ya na nanom tete wo no obi wo a wo ma na gi na wo awo no kwa ye fa se kan bo frɛ spirit no ba chance fa aduaba we manini eni pa ni di oba wato ho menam kam to bo kokɔ ya na nanom ye spirit no anu wo mo kire ye natural thing ya fa se kan eti ye ne ya mu ye de ye ne ya ho na ye de ene ye de na tonsuom but ke ye de ye de na kini ye hu ye na nanom amamre ene ye som wo mo a ko ba kire ye ne pa but wo mu papa o papa wo secret bi a won che ndu owu a eno ane se ni secret ni na yi wo wajapade bi kura gold na aka fom sa na ye Africa for ya ye mu ye na nanom an respect wo mo culture no an mu bibia eti de ye wo no enye se Yesu no ena ni tumi no so che ye de ntina ye de no ya aka fom na se ye mu ye de eti wo mu so a wo hu you have to learn and know it but ye nsua ena aka honom sa na ade ne tie
all right about there nana the critical thinker
obi a contribution is good but time about say blacks no mo me hwe ne san ko fire de ne yenso ye betimi ameki me
thank you very much about there nana I'm for my fans pa wanu hwam yo about there nana no ma me ko eja samoa so na eja samoa enso emfa bi nso so wi a ne say final words na ene ye ko no ne ye be sore so akofie no Aja samwa impom ti say
yeja me ho ye na obusuafo so obi aho te sen
obi aho de ati obi aho de yo
your friend me ne mom de eja manom bi na voice na atiki kakra ma me mprum kakra se betumi atu kakra ye na no
oh ye na no Yenana no wasum abosum kese na yende oh na yende he na yende
ye besum conclude owura yo kasa echire yai ono na orezi madwene abati sa now it has been my argument since time memorial. Now, my teenage conversation, be an adjourner or the bite. Our friend then, I'm very happy say me tie nipa bi ansa na menya akwanya say me so me basu. You asem ye ka you say Kumasi kanya ye musu ana anya sa ne ka no ana ye kan
Kumasi dey.
Kumasi kanya aye musu.
Na me nti da chichirim kakra ma ye. Why?
Make say asa ye na ye busua. Na oba kudi kan wo kro kesi mu a. Ono du ho a ono so we fa nipa nyina na say ono no obre no wa settle na obi aye den abetua no. Obetua na so mia ho a ke say wo no wo fe na wudi bam. Ono obae no bro bebre nti no ono obae no oye musu. And I mean, there's a right saying. I don't know. Say, I mean, kind of man can ya and I said, my friend. Yes, I know Canada, but you di kind of baby. No, no, Musunia brain. I know, no, you know. I'm happy. Saying offending. Mustati program. No, na memory moi. Me teenage me teen.
Okay.
Me mama said no wa. From all that I've heard, you know, my only conclusion now, may draw and say, Ubiani ni nyami.
Okay.
Let me out force over someone na ebe diabua ono. It's up to you. And who here so who here say obi chiro akwada nyami. I think this is where the problem lies. Because say ye wo ye nananom a almost ma bosom ne ye mpenum na obi die ne ye pedia na still na ye hu anu dia na wo say ye wa na say wa wo kreti wa wo nyam kwan a onam so a obehu no na afi two things. It's either memen kind of positive and negative. It's either wow conscience e kire wo say ne awo ye no e wrong. It's up to you, because nipa bi di boni, but ewi omu ye. Oh yeah, nipa bi di boni, ewi omu ye. Aban sika na say bibi sa no ovia o di boni ho ban tumi save bi, etumi ne mani na na betina si ovia si ma afebo omo nkyere omo da. Eno so so what na me kyere ntino. My conclusion, I'm a draw, my master of the own seven.
Oh, yeah, Tintia.
My first say, Ubiano. It's one send when you go upon a ball one. Wow, Yamena send ya over Tenational. Fat na fan name. Now, friending. Only say Biana or friending society, our woman. This might be wrong. I will be inside and see you're wrong. But anya ye kra na do baby so I betumi say yes ampa one more idea mra nanim no as a lawyers ne judge ne kra no ono kra so kra no you are wrong kra na obetumi ai etwetwa you
okay
no nyame no friend then I mean for say it has come to a time obi a no wa na wotu wiase man mo obi nkyere wo nyame bi nim ne ayade wa na no think of your own God or create a situation that you understand your own God rather than letting others pump some mentality into your God. Say, we nyame papa, we nyame boni, hanom nyankopon ne ye, we nyankopon ne ye. The way our Chinese fono almost see a developer ban. Manka mebwa. Omu Hinduism no. So one can Hindu kasa, one hey cry, unya or friend and technology new or friend and battery cry na Chinese phone produce cry no unya be cry na dey wato.
Okay. Yo, eja samwa also ye bedo ase. Say final words any you no. Eti mame hwase ewo Daniel person bia na Daniel person content mame call Daniel. So Daniel, yenko. Your final word.
Me that's it. Na can be calling for the so non dey me na wie that. But Jesus is the to be Jesus never happened, never existed. Jesus never existed. Let's kick this topic down. Papa, write it down. This, let's Jesus bisa say Jesus by and so on. Do you believe that Jesus by? Let's treat that topic separately on itself, and I'll prove to you that Jesus never existed anywhere. It's all fallacies. Hey, me near Okasa Lassie, Wakasampa, was it Ubia and some and fact, no finding. But where I disagree, and most of us we are doing this campaign because some belief is taking people to their death. It is destroying mankind. Where people are dying because of this religion called Christianity. Then you must not sit down and say, I've gained this consciousness, so my main fact. Hey, Papa, my sister, me Dinechi. CCC, nay, I was stabbed on no church in a pastor. Sorry, I was from runabout here, but it's Asantiman Hono.
Asantiman.
Aye, Asantiman Chema. If you call a year, which course you can, all right.
Nana, me review into the to why?
None of your cartoon, one of the gospel musicians.
Obini mana.
This is the Obini doesn't write no by. Only those SU guys who revolutionized Christianity. I never beg say they are the billionaires in Ghana. My sister, Debbie, Pastor Amwap, Debbie, old Otabu group, no. I didn't say almost 90s now. Sorry, now. I want my sister. Sorry, Christianity because we secondary school are not but that look because of Christianity, Papa. My sister going to Nyango. But Nay is almost getting to 50, and she believes say or change right or change a minimum. This is the secret I'm telling you. So if I sit down and see my sister going to die without having a baby, and because of this fallacy, this fictitious God, that I can't sit down and wait. Say people should believe this thing called God, Yahweh, which doesn't exist, you know. What I say, it is high time we sit down and we push this knowledge out there for people to know, say, this God is not real. What I say? But next, 2 months ago, Cape Coast, next, only your operation, money transfer, blood and or natural birth, complications. So, or say the pastor say they believe as all of say no, they don't have to do the operation. Make us say, sister, move. He said, believe room. This kind of believing room. So in that case, you cannot sit down, but to do what? To make sure that people may not mean say, Adam and Eve were born first. Israel or Lilith or Adam.
Yeah, now okay say or say ni say. Na me say nipa na ono so wo tworo say enya Adam and Eve and or born the first na we no born the first na. E de no gyina so o kasa asem na anu mum de o wagye die.
Bible no. Ye tworo ye na ache. Ye frɛ bibi ye frɛ documents bi ye frɛ Dead Sea Scrolls. And NAC Homodi documents. Okay? Ye tro ye no. Ye the documents ni because see ye e wo caves bi mu. Obi e ko store no ho. Ya ba be hu those documents na ye write books ni na wie ni nya. Ya ba be hu books ni na. Ni e read hu say this one no and no compile everything I ye tro in the beginning no. But this one e dey ye be free. I editing no. And until that one is the original copy, including the Book of Thomas, the Maccabi all these documents. together with this any side first Genesis but those documents and I said these documents were the original documents which were written 2,000 years ago. What do you say? And no, I actually we talk. You say no, this one is a forged one. Original one is there. What you say? That's the difference. Be or TBM and type Nak Hammadi documents in Egypt. And I said the Dead Sea Scrolls. You will find these documents there. You can read them for yourself. What you say?
Okay.
And yes, will be natural. And every fact-checked documents, you can fact-check them. Say, Yankopon we are saying, or Adam and Lilith. Actually, Lilith is now we through a demon.
Okay. All right. You. Enti saa scrolls here okay and also nipa natural own.
No, we nipa ne ko hu ye o caves ni ene ye de bae. Enti
ko hu ye na o mo se hwana de beto no free so na beto ho ana.
No, asa me kan won ase. I just say wakwa ko hu documents bi, bi documents bi sie library. What you say? In those days, I want to see a library. Oh, baby. 19.
The person who say, "Sad document na ya ko hu library na wo de yem fato ho no. Hwan na de ko share ho?"
Yeah. In those days, when they invaded Egypt, okay, when they invaded Egypt, they were looking for the secret documents. And somebody, I think that those days, somebody went
the bottom line and they say nipa and the true, yeah, maybe and I say nipa na yes, our document now can was him. Okay.
In beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sani pa no beginning one. I say on so. I mean each time.
That time, Obi the Secret Service went and hid this secret documents somewhere, and then Obi akwa this no man.
Okay. All right then, Daniel. For no to why na young corner Nessica so.
And until if you think say first and Uncle Paul to me you can say na Jesus it who is this? Not heading. Why them? Oh yeah, them who knows him? He doesn't. You are giving power to somebody who doesn't exist. And that even in the book Nukrana, even the book Nukrana, he told you when he was coming back. Or say by the time you go out there to preach and you come back to Jerusalem, no, now my call and my back. 2,000 years, you are still waiting for Jesus.
Daniel, you better ask it. Promise you all my chance, Anna, but to be a na. Afina, the tire could be a you cry a tire car or there by an entire.
Let me catch it out, I say 50 cents, but Jibulus 9 when we will be nailed in some cake. Yeah, you can't say,
yeah, never go poison while no saying by you bullet to into there. Yeah, fancy. Aye. Now let's see, guy. You go. Kitwebi.
Papa.
You go.
Me bant me kura market ya me de bre okra bia said in the new city.
Praise the Lord.
Papa, any 2,000 years.
Say say nyame ani so one day timi ya na mfia pem na mfia pem so timi ya one day.
Oh papa, and the dada dynasty for no. The dada dynasty for no. Papa, all kind Galatians are me refuge. I stand to be collected. Mpachomo monim. Say Galatians chapter 3 verse 11 or say 11 me refuge. Ot in some of Bible no mu nyina ya nansesem. Na anyim na make count. Galatians or Bible.
Galatians 4:21. Echo.
Oh, okay. Ot in nyina ya nansesem papa. Bible also you see atwere enyina efu Yankopon honhom mu. Na so sa Yankopon honhom kra na so be ka cho se nyoma wo mina ya nansesem a Papa, me na me sure Bible. Papa, it's very difficult to fight for one casa your fellow black man. It's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult.
Okay.
black people all over the world. It's very difficult to fight for them. Oh, Papa, now I'll show you before now. Papa, naturally, Papa, we are religious inclined. Oh, bibini bia pese chese o bibia som chese we are too religious to the extent say we cannot live even without religion. I am so attached to this Christianity and Islam no. I provide evidence. Almost the end, say believe and you'll be safe. But so almost say, can you prove to me and I ain't to qua?
Let's go. NFSC. Why? NFSC.
Papa, you will can't travel. You will do my papa. The message me my abuch. They say papa. Once upon a time, now I know some of us now we were just like them. Now we were like them. But gradual process. Yet me a jack Christosome and inclimosome they are two you move forward. When they say as time goes on, you don't be brave, so they will come to where we are now. They will come to the say this thing is not meant for us. Or my true Bible just to brainwash majority of us. Brainwash us to the extent say Bible say. They don't think outside the Bible.
All right.
Papa, me do be say
that's it. Thank you, Sean. What's it? Thank you, Sean. What's the Bible say? Yo, Uncle Buddy. Of our body.
Papa.
Yo, what's so far find out where the bread?
Yo, me the find out where the bar, me the sitting behind me. Master man, me can say. Say, man, be not a friend of say, BB, yeah, or no, say no.
Just someone,
yeah, someone, good. Okay, same be. So na Bible so can. Has 7 days young for so. Say the best show con. Enti no say ogidi say ye de no ma bi sie Egypt say na musika say na 21st century doctors ya adwene mu mie ye timi gidi say Bible wo ho na 21st century ogidi say yes say no ma no bi ko sie Egypt a ye wan kasa o judgment na jeje eti no ade no enye force say chinchin a che say obi aye Kristo ni no o pa no aye nipa ni ama example te bia me ba me ka say o ka say Christosum hawa na o da ho na o ye serious say obebobra na o ye serious as a country na as a group no be develop enye Christosum because ebi mo som ebi mo practice o mo ko mo nim obi nso nsom okonanim etia no de enka ye living enka ho kra say o mo de abeda da o mo de abeda because me hu ba bia Bible no mo atwero ni say o Bible no menye unipa nkasa me mo bra even though nkrofo mo twero bra ye ebi kura say ye twero no Germany where be twero no omo ko monim ha kromo ametim asori dan ho ha ebi ko asori obi nko ye nchekere omo but still omo ko monim Christosom abosonsom ene no mani nyina no entimi enkase esi development kwan but eduru ba bia se ne ya no muturo omo kwahye na omo adwen no anti na ye so reply omo wasai no Christosum timi ma onkachi etimi ma onko wanim eye wankasa adwen na ode beta akire unipa bia no usu ya wo say ye se force ko yi but omo beka Christosum abrofundi we abre on betra yi ne so na omo kasa omo nsem ni nyina omo analysis ni nyina ya brofo on be kotu akase ni krom kasa no kra no eno nyame de ma no onyi ni honko ho say yemfa ye krom kasa ensua ade yenko dabi on ba fe no be kira abrofo akase ye wo we ye water back ye we abrofo na fe ne enkrofo kro now abrofo na me ye gya na me so ma ha omo no yen kasa omo me ye gya osua broni ni kasa akọ na nim osua akọ na nim onye na adwe so obesua ni krom kasa onye na adwe so di krom ka ni krom research onye bi but etimi ye research akọ ye Egypt research ye twam Ghana ye twam Cote d'Ivoire abimemu yeso ye promote ye de anka ye beba no nanka ye research ni ye di tigare ba bi fi tigare nyuma pa wa ye eno ma bia ye ya de sie ya kwa sa research ne de ba ne ka kasa no enti depend ya ankasa India for ko manim omo ye China for ko manim omo so ye se Buddhism or se deism omo ko manim because omo focus say no enye Christosum na abrofo no de ba haye ye kasa no Malaysia mna bi atwam no omo ka abrofo but no omo official language omo kasa it omo ko manim ni nyina ne se ye be self free sa no ma no madika ka se abrofo no omo de Christosum ba Israel na ye ka omo asam Christo ho but obi ye bone a ye de ne ko omo court ne ye de man mra ne de di no ha se bi no mo nsum Christo kura no mo som but ye mente se obi ye bone wo Spain ha me ye de ne ko gina asori fie se o ha ye Christian country ti ye de ne kwa no ye de man mra ne be di no na ayeye ha but ye kuro mo de ne ye nyusu o man mra ye nyusu ye mfa ne nkote gale so ye mfa ne nko ba bia no ane se ko omo de ye kan ye brofo akase ye kan yai ye be ka sa ne to ba se yes sa na ye yankasa se ye pese ye koye ni mi eja Kristosum ye nyina be ja be di se nya omo kana chia omo take step omo nya example bi mi ho se o sa ye bosom no be tima boa ye eti ye bosom no be boa ye no so no ana mo se no se ye ntu ye nyina ye ni so ba we ja bosom na se ma ba betena ha e na wo enjo eburoni e na wo kan brofo akase e na wo te ne fan mu e na wo se o ye nya nyamesom na ye de ye kosom no na ye mra medi wachi aha so kra wontimi mfate gale ma ha emekom ye nkobo obruchire ntika mo kan ye nyina ekọ Ghana ne yakọ akokom ne ye di bosom na ti no akere ye no ma ye nya ne ye no abubu ye bibia e ba sa obi ama obruchire ye ba ha kra ye be kire omo ne ekọ ne ye ti ho eno de magya tum ba sa mo ti amo kan brofo akase yi agya ye krum kasa mo kan brofo akase yi na mo se brofo ne ye na mo wi screen ha bo frɛ ni bi wo ekro mu ye ko di bi ye wi screen mo ha ye sorry ya ko tran ya di pizza ye kro mo dua ne kra empe no ene ene mo ho se ye mo ka no ye nyina se ne ba bu ne ka dada ye ho the more ye ka no na nyame som no Kristo som na ekosom na enyini ko na Muslims no Islamic no Islam na no so ko na nim anti no de me ho se Islam for Saudi Arabia mu di de Christians abrochira for mu di de Hindus ne China for mu so di de
okay
mo sum ni nyina no mu di de nti som na e ma ye ho kire ye alaska mo ma ye hunu se enya som na e ma ye ho kire ye no ma ye no ene ye se ye ni yi anti sana me so me de be si
angu wadi also ye be do asepa eja samwa o
wa pa
waka kitu bi ana
kitu ebi hey papa also to me bisa questions you many nipa ho kire wo wo
oh I don't know me question any grounds ana
yeah mo twa so yeah oya diabolical pa
da bi say oh don say question bi o say ebusa say obisa fo nto kwan ana
wonto kwan wa o mani pa ho kire ndodo aden o mo ni pa fi
yo yanku eni me wate yanku eni
enti mini ya Daniel se conclusion ya me de ma ya o se wo de bi de manya adwini se no ano abeken ana meboa yeah conclusion is say obi a woni nyame a o som no nti wo som wo die ya e beboa wa som wo die yi na wagimi a na we ma ebinum agimi wa so what na me to the problem o region mu o Ghana ina na se enipa bi a o ma fa religion no no mo de agina ho de ye business no mo nya kwasia followers a o mo brainwash wo this is where the problem lies. You been wonder also wa crossing sorry na obi eni obetumo brainwash nipa nyina nti no o ma nipa kwan a na yen so so ye de afekura na ye say nation prophet a okura baban a oni nipa ku osofo hu oni nipa ku o friend social media so no ni ade nti no me feel say friend as a joke to be people have seized the opportunity use the brainwashed of them mentality, brainwashing of a mentality to undermine people. This is where the problem lies. Baby, I'm a friend. I'm a first. I butcher. I won't show Bruni so for be our beginner because you say fa 5,000 brand am consultation member pay ma wo no money ade. So what na me chiro. Yeah. The leaders who hold these religious positions, you know, their skills of being of the scammers, brainwashing people to undermine their conscience. No, they are the problem.
Okay. All right then.
They are the problems.
Yeah,
Papa, just I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I mean, I'm putting something in context here.
Okay.
Oh, so brainwash, you know, yeah. If you have a book that is always referring to about what Sarah didn't fear your son and son or who we are, that is why my sister is still sitting there. But you know, say 70, but you know, say 77, you cannot give birth.
And make catch say, well, friend, the book is there. Somebody is using it. So Uba showing things say or be or so for be no DH no or catch it. No so for no say onim yansa na say or person or Kenya the same trainer. Uncle on to me interpreting man uncle be interpreting 77 years no in other way around. Say offending whereby we will try all the necessary means would be no na amano na fi do baby na wa wo hwe nyame anim. So what I'm sure. Yeah, it's the people are not aiding and are helping people to be reasonable. They are just twisting the people's conscience to be who they are, to gain their wealth. This is what the problem lies.
Okay, all right then. And that's someone with the why? It's no.
Conclude. Ono so in Bible no kind. Nti ono use na dwene say wo friend obi be interpret Bible no correctly na ono ate ase na je obi
Bible no so on train say ye about what Sarah credit 77 and some all no train.
Me catch you says conclusion na me draw me ba first and say e wo say wo no uhu nyame wa na so nya obetu wa wo nyame ase enye obi na be ase because the Bible quotations no but one quotation obi aba nipa 10 e do mgira ha obi aba man interpretations.
Okay,
then it's not a book too. You see, when a book can be interpreted so many ways, then it's not a good book.
Yeah, and nothing na make catch so obi anfa ne nyame no because so the interpretation obi aba tene obi awo ne dia obeti ase a so obi anyame is different.
Yo yate wate eja samwa onso ye bede wase mama Patricia emra onka kakra onso afi no oba de ntina ye musa
Smiley, that means I just joined.
Okay. Any tea keke. Why? Tea keke. Why? Nice one. Tea keke. Any Abby. Hey, Abby.
Papa Smiley.
You want to listen or you want to say something small?
I wanted to listen, but they've said some few things. I feel. Ejabodi, you've spoken very nice, but it seems like you are going round in circles. Fine, our laws and everything don't work. Papa Smile, I don't not in this program, but I think I've said it somewhere on one of your programs that these people consciously came to a part of the world to, let me use this word again, to brainwash us. I have a book here, the Westminster series. Their intention was mainly to come and convert us. You understand? They came to convert us. They started from Middle East. They were not successful. Then when they went to Asia, they said, we cannot convert the Asians. They have their own religion. We can only introduce it to them. But the Africans will convert them. You understand? I have a book. I think I copied, took a snap of some of the pages and sent it across. I sent one to yourself, Fire, and so on. And this is what they've managed to do successfully. And the sad bit in our part of the world is that those people, I mean, if you look in the Bible, almost all these people had their careers, they had professions. Paul had a profession. Peter had a career. I mean, all of them, they have professions. But take it back to our part of the world. No entities, riffraffs. So all their obsession was to highlight or to capitalize on the sort of, meaning I feel the nature of our environment is what those fearless people have capitalized on, to abuse and destroy people. Do you understand? How many Africans, so-called archbishops, angels, and so on, how many of them have you seen come to Europe or go to America and go and mount a podium or a platform, let's say in Wembley, to convert these Europeans? Can they do that? They only come here and preach to Africans. Do you understand? When you see them, we are going to Europe, we are going to America, they only come and preach to the same Africans. They don't go to Wembley and those to go and convert these people like they did to us. Reinhard Bonke and all those, they come and just preach when there are so many non-Christians in Germany. You wouldn't do it in Germany. But you come to Africa and people will be falling down. Do you understand? So it's like these people have managed to destroy, mess us up. What we are experiencing is confusion. Confusion. Do you understand? And when otherwise the people, these Otabills and so on, the same Otabill now is telling born again Christians are stupid because they are gullible, they take everything. When did he realize this? When did he realize this? After they've managed to amass wealth, then they realize and telling the people this. Duncan Williams and the rest, they are preaching to people, but behind the scenes, they are so greedy. They want to grab everything. And these are the people you believe are telling you the truth? Oh, small go.
Yo, Abi, you better that's it. All right. Now let's see, cause someone so do find out where that by me what. Okay, all right then. Anyway, Yanko Linford way. No, I'm finding the Emra. Linford, Yanko, who ya? Remember Daniel, and I'm a closing prayer. All right,
Charlie.
You find out way.
I'm on for a but me, near mechanic say, Yankupon, yeah, mistake. Say, on new baby to Africa. Now, or not, say, boom, Ben, into or small be from the Middle East. I'll be catcher say, say, the Chichi Ben. Oh, baby, I will be a Yankumbo. If I hadn't baby or something, Yankumbo baby. Once said, let's say travel and see me too, quite call Michigan. No, say me call Michigan because now Krobisu or a friend Upper Peninsula. Now, Upper Peninsula, all snow. The whole US, all the freezes in the child. Because now, and I mean, senior, or more living my life, no. It's way different from the way I was living my life in Accra. And see, on says, I'm Accra. Now, make me say, Yankupon, you say, who come, is UP Honum, no, Upper Peninsula, no. Different. On say, you're all Ghana, no, it's meaning clay, pestle. Ni ko beach and I draw houses, castle, ni bibi. Who call that place na snow kwan. Now, snow kwan no omo ni sa clay ni bibi. Omo to make the snow. Let's make cafe. Na man na e wa kran omo to the snow here. But what mo say there's one thing running through. Creativity. That is my point. On say baby a wo bia Nyankopon ni wo. Baby a wo bia. See, what to me, who's some principle running through? It doesn't matter the books you use. It doesn't matter where you are. You keep saying the same thing running through everywhere. So obviously we share poisi. I mean, maybe what may you say? Yes, exactly. Meaning, but what I'm saying that baby will be a Nyankopon wo. See, who will be and abandoned because your will was no one. The person that some person living in life are different. And so obi ba catch up be na wo ja wo dia na but whatever Nyankopon nya obi be catch you no the same principle is working at your end though. The same thing is working at your end. So be to me this snow, your castle, me houses. I see where you call puna no ideas. Your castles are your exactly ideas the same thing. Only clear only about to me the same thing I was doing in Accra. So what is running through? Is it not the same principle? So the same thing. So on say, what do you doing two principles in this one? And found so be from Middle East. So be a Bible, so be a Muslim, say a big between. What to me who everybody has your brother? What to me who everybody has the same thing? What to me who everybody has one? Oh, and it's just a creativity. What is happening? Or who don't work and I say you can say you know. Obiso you treated in a different form, but it comes at the same thing. I want you to be better. I don't want to be healed. I want you to heal. Everything should be okay. That's the same principle. And see, if you are finding ways now, other people, all of us, they say a team up, Buddhist, religion, team up. Now the world a better place. That's the best thing. See, on say who are crown, who used to claim, more different form of ideas. You know, before you know Eskimo, say only different ideas, but at the end of the day, we are still able to build house. We are still able to come to this thing. And see, any coincidence, and then accidental. Say you walk and I will just say and I say, but yeah, the Camboma. It means some ground. It means some ground. On says, I can't know. What shall call India fashion? You're different. We call you fashion. It's the same. It's all about fashion. But Nakupo on the different in there. The thing that find the intelligence running through, find what is linking it. That is it. That's where the uniformity for me comes through. That's where it is.
Yo, live on. Yeah, better was it. What's it? Yeah, better was it. That Daniel Obampire, man.
Aye, Papa.
Okay, and yeah, young got here in your own. And I, yeah.
And yeah, Christopher, I know the engagement.
Okay, you can tell any vampire, my uncle.
Mr. My answer questions week. My responded to so if you.
Yeah, snappy. Yeah, snappy.
Na eja buedi kaze first Ghana research but you think Egypt research na me the baby Ghana research ni bi ni say urade na ye ka no and refer to amoya we no say obi kom akomfo no tetene na akomfo kwa a ekom a o start ya chama honhom ne ba no e be hye ni mu na e ma na perform wonders no sa honhom no na your friend ewurade ene na be wura ne mu ene na be wura konfuo mu ne your friend ewurade when they brought this Christianity now adopted that word ewurade nye Yahweh. Okay, so obi ka say osoro nyame a Osiris, Egyptian god a friend Osiris, he ka sam Osiris nyame osoro obi ka say osoro nyame a nye Yahweh Osiris nyame na we refer to me hwehwe mam hwehwe ebi no bebiri ho but anytime the ya papa
yo and one closing prayer na me boa
ane
yeah that's it so I'm a very snappy closing prayer fe e dey amay na ye na obi bia ase for being part of today's show me sure say when you bibia sua wo ene na ye pe uniformity e ho asem ye pe undisputed reference of God. Now, when we talk about undisputed reference of God, what I would say, and it say, nature has all the answers. Nature, what provided all the clues to us. Now, it is an undeniable fact to say, Meku, any intus, omunyape, Ana Sazuna, Meku, Jenny. Omunya pe meko ene bofre enye pe da bi de omunyina obi anam ne kwan so ana oye de be ode eba nanso omunyina efri asase ni mu ena ye de be ana eba. That is the uniformity that runs through all of them. Enti asase kro na emaye different kind of food stuff, but omo underlying thing and he said, Omunyina free, assassin mu na ebe and eba. Very, very beautiful. And he sa God wa ye kan ho asemi and then nanke pesi hu Undisputed, the uniform reference. Yebetimi aka said, this is the God. As to how we all experience this God, no, different. Asase bi wo honom a untimi nnua potato ewo so. Asase bi wo honom a untimi nnua mako ewo so. Asase bi wo honom a apple untimi nnua edebe ewo so. But ni nyina ya asase. The overall any say ni nyina asase, but asase bia any said ye ana ade a obetimi aye ewo sa asase ne so. Enti the uniformity any asase ne nemum eniyema ifra asase ne mu ba ne de it varies. Enti ye nyina ye betimi anya reference baako nemum as to how we experience this reference ne de it can vary. Ye nyina nya santi ase na obi ntimi begina ho meka nkyere wo say I am the only way, the truth and the life. Well, in literal terms, nemum sa asem no said ye meka kyere wo say onyansafo bi kan say he always chooses the interpretation that honors him and promotes life. No, maybe one day yaba bebusi ya says, I am the way, the truth and the life. No, na sechre and say. Me dino yansesa no eno ane Papa Smiley. When I'm doing my dear Hunchame, I just some say I'm to 2 questions, Mama, for Debbie. That's not what I do. Me Juma me yin and say, me 2 questions. Na sa no krena eda umuna anase ewo umuna adano akokenya sa no kreno na wa edebe na sorry. Enti the questions that we pose here and there no, it is simply to awaken that which is already sleeping in you. Enyam na mde be shi omu. Sometimes obi timi e kan se mi kire omu sa wose egu. Abi nipa ne fa hwi meshi omu. He ade na ewo omu na adano eno ane ye pekwan bi so ede ye debe ede awakening no. That's all we do around here. We challenge our thinking. Nyam ya adma da se ne ye be sa ba topic ni beba mensuru ebeba ni aba beto ankomodie no so ewo all about life eso. Until then, enjoy your weekend. Say weekend naka one day. Enjoy. Why? Nyam ya adma ochina ye mama so die nemum ebnada ye beba mama so ehon so questions ya nemu de pa nti ya hia ye wo ho ebnada ko sifiada no miensa ekopem no nso to da yetimi ko enim fan. Until then, akosi ampofo eje wo say adwene nko ana nyansa nko wa mota. Bye bye.
Reggie promoter a grassroots for say adwene nko ana nyansa. Reggie Agyenko nene nyansanko agyenko nene nyansanko agyenko nene nyansanko agyenko nene nyansanko That's not good, that's my answer. Me go be in Chessia, to rest where me Chessia. I can see answer. We say, hey, answer away. And she answer, I pay now to argue you. Yansa tontoma, there be an order question. I want to know my crew. Every hour go to the water. Nantri no manu babu, we free nyansan to maybe. And what shall say? They did not watch you on me. And just say, and you, that's a for the crew. If you now watch it, or go and you know my promo. Set up what you need to and so Maria 117. Wonya dipempro, wonya tinti yepe, wonya vita yepe, eti omoni otontomano. Wonya rewo, nyasasa koni kromo. Ajinko ne nyasampo, ajinko ne nyasampo.
Unyansanya juma, uni obodem ni ansuyeni.